Good morning, welcome to Optimal Frequency. I'm Grant. I'm going to run this random number generator to pick a random mystery from my book of mysteries for us to explore. Then I'm going to go to my sink. I'm going to have an interview with the spirits using a method I developed, and hopefully we're going to hear some crazy words, some crazy replies to the questions that I ask. So I'm going to push this button 3 times, and we'll see what mystery we get. Number 30. Oh, cool. The Dodleston Messages. This one has interested me for a while. A few people have asked me to do it. Something tells me that something crazy actually did happen with this. I don't know, I get the vibe that it's kind of like a real thing. I don't know. We'll ask the spirits and we'll see what kind of answers we get. But yeah, this one definitely interests me. It's right up my alley. Involves paranormal and computer stuff. So stay tuned. Thunder. Hopefully everything stays on power-wise. TV, computer. Ooh. Okay, so normally I'm a little paranoid after recording the last video with my setup here in the basement running off of that TV, and then all of a sudden the signal was lost. So I have not been recording lately with my computer. I've just been using this phone and then that TV up there. So I'm going to turn this computer on. I got to figure it out here. I'm recording on the computer. I have 2 pages of questions. We're now recording on all 3 devices. Let's do this. There's a storm blowing in. So hopefully, maybe that'll enhance the session. I don't know. Kettle fountain in the sink. Ooh. Let's just jump into this before I lose power. Living in the country, that happens. Come on, baby. There we go. Something to note there that I've noted in the past in previous videos, but I want to throw this out there. The first message that said something about big help, that's on the Yeti microphone, so that's at the sink, the microphone that runs back to the computer, okay? And then what I just showed you where he says, help, thank you, and then I'll slow down by the sink, that's on an entirely different setup, which is the Sony camera that was set down in this room. These are not random words. They're tied in together. They both said help, but not only did they say the word help, it's at, here we go with the shivers, it's at 2 different spots in the recording. So they're talking about helping each other, whatever they're doing, I don't know. And last thing to note, which I've also mentioned in other videos, if you go back and watch that, just the raw footage of as I'm fiddling with the sink, you can actually hear with your own ears before it's touched with any software or anything where the guy says, I'll slow down by the sink. So what I'm saying is, we know this communication is real. This method works. Use my tutorial. Try this for yourself. You're going to get amazing responses. Did a computer from the 1980s really communicate with a farmer in the 16th century? The Dodleston Messages is a phenomenon dating back to the mid-80s in which a household in the quiet British village of Dodleston, Cheshire, allegedly received messages on their computer from a farmer in the 16th century. This seemingly paranormal event has been documented by Ken Webster, one of the occupants of the household at the time, and has been covered in his book The Vertical Plane, as well as in a 1996 episode of Out of This World. Testing, testing. I'm just going to run downstairs and make sure that mic's still working and the TV and all that. Okay, this is absolutely awesome. Okay, what you're looking at here on the screen is the 3 recordings devices that I had. Okay, so the top one is the Yeti filter, the microphone at the sink. Then we had the Sony camera in this basement is the middle one, which I have highlighted right now. And then we have the phone at the sink that was recording my face as I was doing the whole session, right? That's the audio on the bottom here. I said at the sink, which I don't normally do, but because I'm paranoid because it shut off last time, I said testing, testing, okay? And I'll show you this section, which I'm highlighting for you guys right now. It's all lined up, all 3 audio recordings. That's where I say testing, testing.
Testing, testing.
So the Sony, it's a little fuzzier because it was being bombarded in the basement, but you could hear me say testing, testing. Here's the phone. I'll play that one for you.
Testing, testing.
Okay. It says something amazing on both of these. I haven't even listened to this one. Okay, this is the Yeti mic. But this one here, the Sony, after I said testing, testing, check out what they said. I'm getting shivers on my knees right now. But actually, I haven't even amplified this. I'm going to amplify this right now just a little bit. I'll say effect, amplify. It wants to do 7 decibels. Okay, so there it is. I'm going to put it on that track, and I'll play that. I believe it's right here. Okay, it's a little fuzzy, but what I hear is your mic is good. Listen again. So I said testing, testing. They said your mic is good. But down here, I'm going to amplify this again. This one is even better. This is on the phone. You hear 2 people talking. I said testing, testing. One guy says, is it clear? The other guy says, yes, I believe. I have to amplify this and listen to it again. So I'll say amplify. It wants to do 11.5 decibels. This time I'm going to press OK. Oh, and remember, there was that other effect. I'll try it on this one. I'll say effect, and then you go down to vocal reduction and isolation. Push that. You use the settings that I gave you a screenshot last week. Press OK. Doesn't change it very much, just kind of makes it a little bit clearer. Let's hear this one, okay? Okay, so I believe right here he says something like, was it clear or was it good? And then you can hear a definite yes over here. I'll play it again. Oh, he says, was it all clear? The mic, yes. One more time. That's what I'm hearing. So, I mean, testing, testing, and then they're talking about, they're answering. Was it clear? Yes. Your mic is good. It makes sense. It's relevant. It's intelligent. Okay, I got to the top of the stairs and I could hear it, so that's all good. All right, good morning or good afternoon, spirits, spirit team. I said my prayer of protection. What are we going to be discussing today? All right, let's jump into these questions. I got a lot of them. Did Ken Webster or one of his friends or associates hoax the Dodleston messages that were purported to show up on his computer? Very quickly, can you tell me what year those messages were supposed to show up on the computer? Thunder's rumbling, so I'm gonna, in case that gets incorporated into the sound somehow, I let it go. But that was just an off-the-cuff question just to see if they'd give me a date. It's supposed to be 1984. Okay, were those messages from people in another time? Time. Meadow Cottage in Dodleston apparently has other strange goings on at that location. Is that location a hotbed of paranormal activity? I just had a shiver go right across my back, and sort of across, down, and then like right down my legs as well. Who's doing that? Were Ken and Debbie telling the truth about these messages? Why were Ken, Debbie, and Nick contacted? Alright guys, so far, I didn't realize this video was going to get this long, but I have so much data to go through with the 3 devices running again. It's been amazing, awesome messages, clear, they're making sense, as they always do. It's fantastic. I haven't even got into the meat and potatoes of the session yet, so it's going to be a whole nother part. I got to get into that. I haven't even looked at it. I'm sure the messages are just as awesome. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, press like, press subscribe. If you feel like donating me money for a coffee, that'd be great. I don't even make $2 off of each video that I make when I put them up on YouTube. So if you can help me, that'd be awesome. If not, no worries. Hope you guys are enjoying. Join me next time for part 2.